Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Prize Picks video. In this one, we're talking about the NBA for Tuesday, April 2nd. In the video, we have 5 picks, so stick around to hear all 5 of them. If you guys want more picks, definitely check out the private Discord. It'll be linked in the pinned comment, also top of the description. You can see members of the private Discord here, Cut Up King hitting a bunch of slips here. Kanye hitting a nice one here on Monday. One of the newest members of the Discord getting a first win here, a 6x over on Underdog. Definitely a good hit for being in the Discord for just 2 days. And some more hits you can see over here on Monday. We have 5+ cappers giving out picks. Number over here giving out a ton. All 5 of them hit today. You could see these slips that he was hitting on. Some massive wins, $420, $84, $80 using the picks that he gave out in the private Discord. Also went 4 or 5 over here. I do post more picks in my channel in the Discord as well. Definitely check it out. Less than $1 per day to get access to 5+ cappers. You can see how people are hitting all those slips, so join up in the private Discord. We'll see you over there to get access to all those picks and hits. We definitely had a big weekend and a big Monday already as well. As I'm recording this one on Monday night, more picks probably going to be hitting and a ton more posted for tomorrow. MLB, NBA, NHL, we've been going hard. But let's get into this one. The first one we're going to go to is going to be Kelly Olynyk over on his points of 12.5 here against the Lakers. Definitely a good matchup. Been loving to go to Kelly Olynyk when his points prop is this low. And they are getting it quickly and Barrett back in this one, which we'll get into in a minute. But for Olynyk, going to be taking the over still here. I still think his minutes are safe at over 30, and Olynyk is a very efficient scorer when he gets the minutes. We can take a look at this one over on Outlier, which is a tool I use every single day. Definitely recommend checking it out. They have a free 7-day trial if you use that link down below. But I'll show you how to use it over here in the video, and it validates some of these picks. So Kelly Olynyk over 12.5 on the season. He was only hit this 31% of the time, but the minutes have been insane lately in close games. Last game he played 32 minutes. Game before that they lost by 44, and he still managed to play 27 minutes. Game before that nearly 30, and game before that 32. So pretty safe to lock him in for 27+ minutes. Even with those guys back, Barrett and quickly, Gary Trent is out now, so basically they're going to fill Gary Trent's minutes, and then, the center minutes are still safe here for Olynyk. And I do think Quickly and Barrett are going to play under 30 minutes as well in this game. Coming back, I didn't think they were either going to come back. Either of them were going to come back for this season, and they're coming back. I really don't think they're going to push them, especially that first game back. So I'm still liking Olynyk here. But we can see he's only hit it 31% of the time this season. Give him 27 minutes. He's hit this 71% of the time this year in 12 of 17 games. So really like to see that. You can also see last year in 2022, he hit this 46% of the time. But when he plays big minutes, 29 plus, he hit this 60% of the time. So liking this one. Good matchup against the Lakers. Should be high scoring. I think they should be able to keep it closer with Barrett and Quickly back, at least playing in the 20s of minutes. And the Lakers, again, they don't have props up. You never know if LeBron or AD is going to sit in a game as well. So I do think this one will be fairly close. Olynyk's pretty safe for 27+ minutes, even with those guys back. Liking him at this line for all those reasons. But the next one we're going to is Quickly on the under of his PRA of 30.5. Pretty high line as it is just for Quickly. And then if I project him for, between 26, 27 minutes, it's not going to look good for Quickly. In this one, just thinking that with the lack of minutes he's likely to see coming back, not seeing him hitting this line, which obviously he's only hit 31% of the time this season, but we got to look at games where he played with Toronto. So to do that, I guess the best way to look at it is to look at games with RJ Barrett, who's expected to play, and Grady Dick, who has basically been healthy all year. You can see he's only hit this 47% of the time, so under half the time, even with the Raptors at a high amount of minutes. He averaged 34 minutes in these 17 games that we're looking at, which is a very high line. And then a couple of these were blowouts where they lost by 23 and they lost by 30 or something. And he played, just very few minutes. So without those games, he really was playing like 36 minutes per game. So I don't think in limited minutes he's going to be able to hit something like this. And it is a good strategy to target these guys coming back from injury on some of these unders that I have had experience with. So going to under on quickly here of 30.5, and still liking ONeill, who I think his lines just haven't been high enough for the amount of use and minutes he's been getting at center here for them. All right, the next pick, I'm going to come over to OddsJam. It's another tool that has a free 7-day trial, plus you get 25% off after. If you want to try it out, use that link down below to take advantage of that deal. Basically how it works is they show player props for Prizepicks, underdog, whatever, and give you the top chance to hit. So their top pick here is going to be Jordan Poole under the PRA of 32.5. They compare it to these other sports books to come up with these hit rates. So minus 160 on Caesars over here, or BetMGM, minus 137 on Caesars. So these sports books are really liking the under for Poole. I also am liking this one, and we can look at it on Outlier as well to validate a little more data here. So PRA of 32.5. He's only hit this 18% of the time this season, a really low hit rate. They are going to be without Kuzma. The hit rate does jump up to 2 of 6 games, but a very small sample size. And then we also have to look at the matchup here. Milwaukee Bucks normally is a good matchup when Damian Lillard's in there because he hasn't played much defense, but he's out in this game, and it's going to be Patrick Beverley guarding him. You know, Beverley's going to love matching up against Jordan Poole here, trying to shut him down. High line as it is for Poole, so for those reasons, and all the sportsbooks like it, getting the value here from OddsJam, a little arbitrage here, so definitely check them out with that link down below. Going to go ahead and lock in Poole under on 32.5 in a tougher matchup than I think in this one. So going to go to him. For the next one, we're going to Josh Hart. This is a line I really like here, 15.5 points plus assists. Josh Hart has been playing an insane amount of minutes in this game against Miami. I don't think it's going to be any different. It is a tougher matchup, but I do think Josh Hart can get this one done and play he's been playing like 40 minutes a night. It's been pretty insane, and especially if it's close, he should be a lock for close to 40 minutes. So 15.5 points. He's only hit this 34% of the time this year, but you can see all this green in his last 20 games. So just looking at his last 20, he's hit over this in 14 of his last 20, 70% of his last games. He's gone over this. Definitely a pretty good sample size there. But then we can also just see the minutes as of late, a massive jump around here. And basically in games that weren't blowouts, he's been playing close to 40 minutes. So really, I think we could lock him in for at least 36 minutes. Then he's hit this 2/3 of the time this year. But honestly, he probably could even play 38 minutes or more. We could see some of his last games. The last game, he played 45 minutes, wasn't overtime. Game before that, played 42. And then we saw a blowout, another blowout. And then this game, he played 44 minutes. So the minutes have been insane. I think he's going to be able to hit this one just because he's out there for so long. He's bound to knock down shots and get some assists, and his assist rate has been up as well. His assist is at 5.5. His points is at a 10.5. So, if he hits both of those, that would be 17 combined. So we actually get a bit of a savings going to the points plus assists as well. So I do like that one, and liking Josh Hart here. All right, the next pick I'm going to go to is going to be Rudy Gobert over on his points of 13.5. Gobert obviously playing without Karl-Anthony Towns. Again, it should open up a little more usage for Gobert without Towns. And we can look at this one. He's hit it right at half the time this year at 50%. Last year he was hitting this one at a higher rate at 55%. But then games without Towns, he's still right at that 50% mark, 5 of 10. He's hit it in his last two, absolutely smashed it with 21 and 19. So I do think his scoring's getting a little bit back on track. They definitely had some tougher matchups. Cleveland twice, the Clippers in here, which has hurt him a bit. Houston, on paper, looks pretty like a tough matchup, 10th in points allowed, but they don't have a big man really. They're running Jabari Smith out there basically as their center or Amen Thompson. I don't really know who's going to guard him. Probably will see more minutes for Jock Landale trying to guard him, but I don't really like that matchup for the Rockets either. So I think that he's going to be in a good spot here where he can just get a ton of points inside here. So at 13.5, liking this line. And we have seen the minutes up as well on this chart. Really he's playing 34 plus minutes a night. So I think we can lock him in this one for 34, where he's hit 59% of the time this season. It's supposed to be a close game as well. This one did open up at 14.5, so getting a bit of savings now because it's dropped down to 13.5 already. So going to Gobert. Tons of hits over here in the private Discord. Cut Up King, one of the private Discord members, hitting a bunch of slips. You see Kanye, another one. Mike C, one of our cappers, posted this underdog slip, which hit a 6x today. I post more picks than just what's in the video. Went 4 for 5 on one of my slips over here in the Discord. But I'm just one other capper in there giving out picks. We have 5+ other cappers posting picks in there. So check it out. Less than $1 per day. See how everyone's hitting these slips. Get access to a ton more picks if you guys like watching these videos. Get in the private Discord and subscribe to the channel. And we'll see you in another one.